The Secret of the Terracotta Army. I am an ordinary cultural relic restorer living in a corner of the city. Every day I spend my time in the museum, surrounded by silent ancient artifacts, focusing on restoring their damaged forms to their original states. For me, this is not just a job, it's a way to converse with history. Whenever I see those ancient objects come back to life in my hands, a wave of accomplishment washes over me, making me feel like I too have become a part of history. On an autumn afternoon, sunlight streamed through the museum windows, casting dappled shadows on the floor. I was busy in the basement storage, clearing one box after another. The air in the warehouse was thick and suffocating, dust sparkling in the light. When I opened a box covered in a thick layer of dust, I was surprised to find a small terracotta warrior inside. Its surface emitted a faint glow, as if calling out to me. A rush of excitement surged through me. Such a discovery was exhilarating. I reached out and gently touched its arm, and in an instant, a blinding light enveloped me. The surroundings blurred, and I felt as though I was being pulled by a force, filled with both anxiety and anticipation. When I opened my eyes again, I was astonished by the sight before me. I was no longer in the museum, but standing in front of a magnificent palace, surrounded by blooming exotic flowers. The air was filled with a faint fragrance and melodious music, as if everything here was welcoming my arrival. I couldn't suppress the surprise and confusion in my heart, unsure of where I was. Just as I stood there in a daze, the terracotta warrior transformed into a handsome young man. He introduced himself as Qin Hao, a guardian of Emperor Qin Shi Huang. His eyes revealed determination and responsibility, as if he bore a mission that spanned millennia. "We are facing a great crisis here." Qin Hao's voice was deep and resolute, sending a shiver through me. An evil force is approaching, intending to seize the treasures of the tomb. His words struck me like a dagger, filling me with deep unease. I began to doubt what this fantastical world truly meant. I was merely an ordinary restorer. How could I be connected to such significant events? Yet, as Qin Hao spoke, I gradually realized that everything here seemed intertwined with my past. In the following days, I explored this land alongside Qin Hao. Each step made me feel the weight of history, as if every corner whispered tales from 1,000 years ago. With Qin Hao by my side, I no longer felt alone. His smile and trust gradually eased my fears. We wandered through bustling markets, witnessing the lives of ancient people. Watching their laughter and busyness, I felt a strong resonance, as if I too were a part of this world. However, as time passed, I began to sense that the crisis in this world had not dissipated. Each night, shadows seemed to creep closer, leaving me anxious. Qin Hao told me that only by finding 4 scattered treasures could we truly unravel the source of this crisis. My heart stirred again. Such a mission felt overwhelmingly heavy for me. In our struggle against the dark forces, we finally found the last treasure. At that moment, light once again bathed the land, and the air filled with a sense of hope. I gazed at Qin Hao, whose eyes reflected relief and gratitude, and I felt an unprecedented connection. Our fates seemed to intertwine at that instant. Yet when everything appeared to be over, I faced a difficult choice: to stay in this adventurous world or return to my familiar, ordinary life. I thought of my family and friends, and those little joys I cherished. Ultimately, I knew I had to choose to go back. For while this world was beautiful, it did not belong to me. When I opened my eyes again, I found myself back in the museum storage, yet I held tightly to a radiant jade pendant. It shimmered in the sunlight, imparting an indescribable sense of power. This was not just an artifact, it was a profound connection to history, reminding me that regardless of how mundane life may seem, everyone has their own story to tell. From then on, I would continue to seek out the hidden secrets of history in my ordinary days, looking forward to more adventures in the future.